Well, the Fed did it. They really did it this time. They really, really did it. They're blowing up the system. They did what they said they're going to do with the 25-point basis hike here just a few minutes ago. Jerome Powell speaking right now, I believe. I really don't care to watch him because it doesn't matter, quite honestly. I live in a system outside of that. And that's what we do here. We build a community. We build a system that's completely outside of what these clowns do. But we still live in that system to a degree, the fiat system. So we got to kind of see what's going on here. So delivering the 25 basis point hike to around 4.75 to 5%, matching the February increase and pushing the borrowing cost to highs not seen since 07. As inflation remains elevated. And again, this would be very simple. They could just increase reserve requirements because they're at 0 right now. They could just increase that, suck money back in the system, and that wouldn't be crushing demand destruction. I don't know why this is so hard to figure out. However, it's almost like it's a game being played, and they want demand destruction. They want people losing their jobs. They want all kind of chaos. Because we do know, that they don't want that good crisis go to waste. So what else are they planning? We don't want to speculate too much here, but we do know a lot of their writing, a lot of their books, a lot of the things they talk about, a lot of their videos about cyber attacks and bio attacks and financial attacks. We know a lot about that. So buckle up, get ready, because not sure, as the system's collapsing and showing already massive instability, they're going to keep hiking, doing ridiculous things, squeezing the poor middle class. It's not going to help them anymore because, again, most people are savers, of course, and they're getting destroyed because they're not getting any higher interest rates anywhere. They're having to try to maybe go buy bonds. This is the conundrum at the end of the day. They're not getting any more interest at the bank. The bank's not giving them. They're giving them still 0.01%, and then they're lending out at 5, 6, 7% in home loans, mortgages, auto loans. So people are taking their currency out of the bank, which just speeds up the collapse of the banks more because they need those deposits because they don't have anything on deposit. That speeds up bank runs. So now people are having to go out the risk curve and go find treasuries to buy. Take the deposits out, go buy treasuries, go buy, put it into money market funds, whatever it is. So taking it out of banks, local banks, regional banks, national banks, and that speeds up the collapse. That speeds up the contagion because now people are taking that out, and it's in essence a panic, a bank run. Not meaning to be necessarily, but it is. So this is the clown car we've chosen to ride in. But we don't have to do that here. Again, we try to always look at everything with optimism because we have great optimism, great hope. Humans are going to figure this out. It's going to be worse before it gets better. But we have the answers, and that's what we're building here. Bitcoin, a little bit of gold and silver, food, energy, water, firearms, ammo, security, building up your resources around you, meeting your ranchers, shaking their hand. Community is the biggest thing, the number one thing. If you can do that, you're going to withstand anything at the end of the day. So all this stuff doesn't matter. You don't need to be a hedge fund guy or a trader, a day trader, all this stuff. You just need to put yourself in the right place, in commodities, basically. Bitcoin, gold and silver, bullets, firearms, so ammo, food, energy, water. You just need to have commodities. You need to have a deep pantry, and you will be prepared for everything. And those things will go up in value. Guess what? You can sell those things. You can barter those things. These are the things that, again, the algorithm hates truth. The algorithm also, people loved hearing like the macro stuff. I'm like, I'm going to day trade. I'm going to, $1 billion bond hedge funds. And that's great. But the average person doesn't care. We need to educate people. We need to actually get independent and resilient, because that independence and that resilience is what leads people to making better voting decisions in politics and saying, you know what, I don't need government. I don't need all these politicians giving me free things and offering me free stuff. If 10% of the population was 10% more resilient, 20% more resilient, you would have a huge change in voting, and you'd have less homelessness. You'd have less carnage, less smash and grabs at stores, because people would be resilient. They wouldn't be clamoring for all these bailouts. They wouldn't be clamoring for things that just perpetuate the problem and make the problem significantly worse. Printing things like bailouts, these banks, which all is going to fall on the taxpayer. That always does. It's a closed loop, guys. It's a closed circuit. So you take currency from somewhere, you're affecting or you're printing currency from over here. Someone's going to have to pay for it from over here. It doesn't matter. It's a closed loop, and that will be affected. We're all affected by either the banks. Well, the banks are going to take the fees and handle it. Well, yeah, guess what? They're going to be passed off to us. That $95 a year credit card fee is going to be $105 a year, or whatever it is. They just spread the costs around, and the people eat it. That's how businesses run at the end of the day, right? Just like raising taxes on a business, they're just going to pass the cost down to the consumer. The poor middle class are the ones that lose. That's why rules and regulations that the government does in the name of like, well, I'm helping the little guy, just crushes the little guy. And we can go on and on about, is that an agenda? Is the government trying to do that purposely? Or what is actually going on here? So at the end of the day, take 20 minutes, take 30 minutes, take an hour this week, get prepared. A couple clicks of a button, you can have a lot of these things coming your direction. Bitcoin, gold, silver, food, water, energy, the food storage, all these things, they can be on your way, making you a resilient and self-sufficient person. You don't need to be a gardener, a master, this and that. It might be good to learn some of those things, but start getting independent, start getting resilient, and this stuff matters less and less and less, and then we don't have to do that. We can spend more time with each other. We can spend more time on our hobbies and our passions with our family, and not be worrying about being day traders and what's our stock portfolio doing. We're such a financialized economy. We don't produce anything anymore. We don't give anything to society. Americans don't. Let's start giving. Let's put ourselves in the right position so we can start giving back instead of gimme, gimme, gimme. So I appreciate you. Please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. It's not financial advice. It's freedom advice. Time is Bitcoin and Bitcoin is time. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. And remember, question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself, because that right there will lend us to being a better, more efficient, independent, resilient people. And surely God will appreciate that. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.